Toast to a new year, new pod, same brothers, new new journey.
I'll toast to that.
Okay, here we go. Megan, anything to chime in?
Bro.
Let's toast to that. It shot into the light, dude.
Freaking smells like gunpowder.
All right. All right. It's a little smoky, dude.
Sorry.
Look at the cap inside the light.
Dude, I'm like spinning. Welcome to the Sorta Brothers podcast. Let's go. Happy New Year.
Happy
It's
New
the
Year.
New year, new
Episode
me. Episode 1. We're just going to be talking about New Year's resolutions, new things, what's to come, really.
Yeah, maybe a little recap of last year.
Yeah.
What we're looking forward to this coming year, and then I don't know. We'll see where it takes us.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm excited. I'm really excited. I want one of my resolutions personally, definitely going to be to just continue this pod, man.
Yeah.
Keep
I don't know if
going.
we have a full year. Doing the first episode with no promo and no subscribers. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it feels kind of weird. It's like, who are we talking to right now?
Each other.
It's true.
For sure.
Yeah, brothers, sort of.
But yeah, let's maybe explain the name Sorta Brothers.
Yeah, let's go into that. I'm thirsty, bro.
Dude, we should have got 2 bottles.
Yeah, let's go into that.
Yeah, I think we threw around a few names. I threw out Sorta Brothers, since we're brother-in-laws. So kind of like Sorta Brothers, sorta not. And then that also just like leaves us room to expand.
Yeah.
I've got like several brother-in-laws. You've got me and Ethan, and so.
Yeah. I also think it was like just nice how we got everything set up so quickly. Just because with you being a graphic designer, and I'm kind of in the video world, so we kind of had a lot of our skills kind of just put to the test here really quickly. But it was nice because I already had a camera, tripod, lights, that kind of thing.
Yep, I already had like a
Switched up the
whole
graphic.
room full of Legos that we
This
changed
is like,
out.
We actually just did this just for the podcast. No.
Yeah, spent a ton of money on Legos just to get this backdrop.
Yeah, we actually spent more money on the Legos than the mics.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like how you mentioned, we got this set up really quickly with a podcast logo, and there's no podcast logo displayed.
Oh, did I say podcast logo?
You said,
Oh, no.
we
I
got
meant,
it
like,
all
your
together since you
You're
did
like your graphic on for the portfolio pics and stuff like that.
The portfolio pics.
Like profile, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
All right. Cool.
Whatever. But yeah, no, I just think it was like pretty quick for being like we talked about it like for the first time 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I think we just were, we finished the workout and we were like, I said, we should start a podcast, like jokingly. And you said, oh, let's do it. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then.
Yeah, pretty classic
I
white boys start a podcast conversation.
I kind of didn't know if we were going to actually start the podcast until a couple of days ago. I was like, we ordered these mics and stuff, and I didn't know if it was actually going to happen until
here we are.
I was like, we still have the boxes for the mics.
That's true. We could return it.
We could.
It hasn't been 30 days yet.
Yeah.
We have time.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have any subscribers on the YouTube channel yet?
No.
Okay. Should we do like something special for our first subscriber?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
We can have him on the podcast.
It's her first guest.
It's definitely
gonna
going to be
be
a family member, right?
My sister, yeah. No, it might be our producer.
Well, your sister could be here any second if she finishes up.
Yeah, producer chair is still empty right now. So
Yeah.
Eventually we will have a producer. And Jose's always lurking around.
Yeah, but we could do something. We could do stickers of the pod. We could send one out. We could do whatever.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into it. We're coming right off Christmas. Obviously, this is coming out on January 1st, so we're celebrating the new year. What'd you get for Christmas?
Christmas, I got some shoes. I got this sweatshirt actually, repping it. You know, but yeah, just really a lot of clothes. Now that kind of growing up, not really the toys, but I will say Legos are flying around. What happened, bro?
Just not really into toys.
Well, just like, well, okay.
At
So
what point were you like, okay, no, like strictly no toys?
okay,
for
well,
Christmas?
okay. So what I meant by that was,
I'm older than you, and
when
I
you're
got
younger.
Legos for Christmas.
when you're okay, that's what I was leading to. So, when you're younger, the Christmas tree looks packed, right? Because all the toys are $20, so it looks like a ton of gifts, right? But what I was gonna say was there's not as many toys because our family has grown up, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Legos are still flying around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, but it's like for me, so you still don't get Legos.
I got Legos last year from you.
What did I get you last year?
You got me that film camera.
That one for Christmas, was it?
Yeah, it was. It was for like Secret Santa Christmas gift.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. But I mean, Ethan got Legos this year too. Like at least at our little celebration thing. But yeah, what'd you get for Christmas?
Bunch of different stuff. Got some clothes, got some Legos. Legos are kind of the big gift. That's kind of been the theme the last couple of years, as you can tell. Kind of surrounded by Legos, which is a little bit random for the podcast, but I think it helps the aesthetic, you know?
Yeah, like what would you
Shows
say
a bit behind the curtain.
What would you say about your obsession with Legos? Is there a reason behind it? Is there a deeper meaning? What's going on?
Actually, yes. Maybe this could lead us into our first segment of the pod,
Okay, let's hear it.
which is like a business ideas pod, right?
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah. What could we call our business ideas? Maybe we could call it business ideas.
Okay, let's call it business ideas. Okay, what is it? Let's hear it.
So I came up with this business idea recently because I came to the realization that I have a bunch of Legos now, and my wife and I build them together, and we've only been buying Legos for the past couple of years. And it was when we went into COVID, roughly maybe a little after that, and we were just a little down in the dumps about things, right?
Yeah.
And so, so we bought our first Lego set randomly, and it just felt like this isn't really a funny thing. I'm just explaining actually, but it felt like therapeutic, right? So this is kind of the setup to my business idea. But we would just buy a new Lego set. We would watch TV and build it, and it was Legos are still expensive, but it was essentially cheaper form of therapy. We could spend time together, have fun, and then you get this tangible thing at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually haven't created this, and I do think it's kind of a good idea. So hopefully, I'm not just sending it out to all of our subscribers to take this idea.
Yeah, this might take off after we post this on.
Anyways, business idea: Lego therapy, brick by brick, building a better you. Right?
Yeah, sounds great.
Pretty good. Imagine this. I'm a licensed therapist. You meet with me for a month. You pay me
What's your therapist's name?
what's my therapist's name?
Do you have an alter ego? No, do you have an alter ego for this story, or are you Blake Logston therapist?
I'm not a rapper.
Okay,
What are you talking about?
I just didn't know if this was a story that wasn't connected to Blake Logston, or
Do you think that when you go see a therapist, it's not their actual name?
no. I was just meant more for this story. If you were okay, I'm Brad and I'm a therapist, or if you're no, in this fantasy, you are.
It doesn't matter,
Okay,
right?
let's go.
What would be a good alter ego therapist?
Well, that's what I was asking, but you didn't like the question.
No, I'm trying to think rapper name, but make it therapy.
Ooh. Would it be
cry baby instead of duh baby?
or would it be
We need our
associated
producer
with
here
Lego?
for this. She used to write raps.
It's true.
I mean, she's currently feeding. I can't imagine how much milk has been drank at this point. It has to be so much.
Well, yeah. Okay. But this. Okay, you're a therapist. You're a therapist.
You're in need of therapy, and you could pay like whatever it is, like a couple $1,000 for the month. That gets you like 4 sessions or something. And then you get a list of like Lego sets that you can get with that, up to like $500. So I'm making like $1,500. You get a $500 Lego set. You come for like an hour session 4 times a month, and we just build Legos together and we talk about your problems. You know, so it's just like somebody to talk to. At the end of it, you can like feel some kind of resolution around the Legos, sort of like compartmentalize them into that. Maybe that's a bad like way to put it, but you know, work through them. Because isn't like
bottle them up.
Like, yeah, you can bottle up
all of your emotions into this Disney princess castle.
Yeah. So maybe we'll work on the wording of that, but and then you know, we work through things, and then at the end of it, you get to take that Lego set home, and you get to look at it on the shelf and be like, that represents the problems that I bottled up or worked through.
Would that maybe make you hate Legos? Because all the Legos on your shelf are like, you're like depression, anxiety.
I think, well, maybe. So this would be a flaw in the design of this business idea. But hey, our producers joined. Welcome.
Whoa.
The mic should be hot. Do a little test and we'll see the levels.
Hot mic.
Hot mic.
Hello?
That is a hot mic. Welcome.
That is Megan, our producer.
And Evelyn.
And Evelyn.
We have 2 producers, but they are always together. So
I get to do.
Sort of 2 in 1. Talking about business ideas, talking about Lego therapy, brick by brick, building a better you. Yes, Megan has heard about this.
Wow.
We're going to have to work through the language of it because I think Justus and I discovered that we're essentially just compartmentalizing and bottling up our problems sort of like into this Lego set.
Into each brick of the Lego set.
I thought it was supposed to be like,
but
look at this castle I have built, overcoming.
Oh, wait, hold your mic closer, a little bit closer to your mouth.
Overcoming.
Say that again.
This thing. Like, look, like I built this Lego bridge, bridging over this problem.
Yeah, great example there.
But is every Lego set you build a bridge?
This is the way that I think about it because I think if you actually like sort of work through your problem, then you can look at it with like fond memories as some sort of like joy and relief in the midst of whatever you're going through, right? It's getting a little bit deep, but
I can understand. No, I understand that aspect of it.
Like medieval blacksmith over here, I don't know if you can see this. I was going through something when I built that, right? It's my favorite set. I don't remember exactly what I was going through, but I remember being so sad. And I looked at it and I was just like, man, it's getting me out of this.
That bearskin rug, it just...
Yeah, you build a bearskin rug. It's got a thing that you push in and the kiln lights up.
No, that's great. If it does not make you feel the feelings that you felt when you were building it, I'm all for it. But do you understand my concern, I guess is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. So anyways, I got Legos for Christmas. I got the new modular building that's coming out. That's a natural history museum. We got all the modulars lined up here. You probably can't see, but those are some of my favorites. So going off Christmas. I know I've talked about this with Megan. We just had a baby this year, and talking about, she got...
I don't know if you heard the baby yawn.
She got a lot of gifts this year, and just talking about where those gifts are coming from, how we're going to handle the Santa issue.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I guess it's not a Santa issue, but...
If you don't want to spoil the magic with your children, skip ahead.
Yeah, for all of our subscribers.
Yeah, for all the kids watching.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe when we hit like a couple 100,000, we'll give away a Lego set or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to be one, go ahead and tune in.
Subscribe.
Okay. The Santa thing though.
Yeah. How old were what was it like for you? How old were you when you stopped believing in Santa?
For me, so I actually had to act like I still believe in Santa. Megan knows this story well. Megan and Jesse. So I have 3 sisters. Megan, Jesse, and Lacey.
Yeah, I know.
I believed that Santa was real. Probably up. I don't know, what age do you think I was, Megan? Because I probably acted for like 2 years.
I don't know. Maybe you were like 8.
Yeah, I was thinking around like that 7 or 8 range, and I believed that Lacey, my younger sister, believed in Santa longer than I did. Like, I didn't think that she was like, oh, like Santa's not real, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But apparently, she also had realized that Santa wasn't real around the same time I did, or maybe a tiny bit after. Yeah. But I continued to act like I believed in Santa because I thought I was doing like a service to Lacey
and Megan.
And
I thought you thought we all still believed in Santa.
No, okay, so
and we had like a moment where we were like, wait, do you believe in Santa Claus?
Right.
We were like,
so yeah,
I thought you still believed.
Yeah, so there was like this whole like
Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, exactly, like that Spider-Man meme.
Flash that on the screen.
Like, I was pretending for you. No, I was pretending for you.
Right. But no, yeah, so probably around the 7 or 8 range, but I acted like it till I was like 10. So.
Okay. See, I had a different experience. I really never. I don't remember a time where I like seriously believed in that. And then one time, when I was like 6 or 7, I just asked my mom, "Is Santa's not real, right?" And she was just like, "No." And so I don't really. I'm also just banking on Evelyn not really being able to hear any of this right now, or
she is staring right at you.
I know.
She can definitely hear you. I just don't think. I mean, do you remember anything from when you were 3 months old?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. It was brutal.
I guess it's not even a question anymore then.
Hey, do you mind if I hit us with another new segment?
Go for it.
I had an idea, right? And I think it's sort of like the idea of like manifesting things into your life, which I don't know that I believe in that. But if this works, I will believe in this.
Okay.
All right. That's the stakes that are on the table. I have this idea for ad reads, even though we have 0 sponsors.
Okay. I'm down.
All right.
It's intriguing. I saw you move that Zevia box.
This is something that I really like. Okay. This is Zevia. This is a naturally sweetened soda alternative, and this is their great flavor. They have many flavors, right? What should we call this segment? Maybe we should call it Ad Lib, since we really don't have anything specific to say.
Producer?
But we're just sort of shooting our shot here.
Yes, no?
We got the nod on Ad Lib. So welcome to the first segment of Ad Lib. Flash the Ad Lib logo. Yep. I don't really want to like show all of our cards right now because then it's like, why buy the horse and you can get the milk for free type thing.
Okay.
Why buy the horse? Nobody called me out on that.
Producer, that's what you're for. Okay, that's what she's for.
Sorry, I have to switch my mic off because this baby keeps yawning.
Wait, rewind that.
Okay.
Why buy the cow? Anyways, I think we still got a lot more we could say about Zevia.
Yeah.
Changed my life. I've been drinking it for years. But yeah, I think that's sort of just like we could bring something sometimes. And just like if we want them to sponsor us, let's just start talking about them. And then, our viewers will certainly post about it.
Just like all of our followers, they repost so much and
yeah,
I just really love them. So
yeah,
I'm sure.
I think so.
I'm sure the Sorta Brothers community will serve us well.
The brotherly love. Maybe that's our community. The podcast of brotherly love. The pod of brotherly love. Instead of the city. Yeah. So Zevia, if you see this, we can't offer you a lot in terms of subscribers. But what we lack in subscribers, we make up for in passion for your product.
And brotherly love.
And brotherly love. So, grape's not my favorite. So if you could send some mountain, it is still very good. Mountain and orange, though, please.
I mean, we could probably tie in Lego to that too, though. I mean, we're surrounded
Lego
by
is
Legos.
certainly a part of that. It's a little late to the game for sponsorship because I have spent so much money on these things and time. But I think, Lego sponsorship would be like the dream. I think they're based out of Denmark, so we're gonna need like a couple subscribers, I think, before we go international.
Oh, dang! I didn't know they were based out of Denmark.
Yeah, like what is it? Producer Billings, Denmark or something. We got a baby crying, so she's not going to chime in right now. Yeah, let's get back into something that you and I were talking about a little bit the other day around the holidays here, and that is pie.
Okay.
What are your thoughts about pie?
I'm not a huge fan of pie. I'm also not a huge fan of cheesecake. I don't know if it's the texture. Actually, I probably do know. It is the texture.
It's not the texture.
It's
keep saying things with the texture.
It's the texture. I don't know.
You certainly like things that are the texture of cheesecake, but you just are like want to be that guy about cheesecake.
Dude,
I will say, on Christmas Day we had potatoes, not mashed. They were like fried potatoes. And Justus turned to me and said, "These potatoes, the texture, it's almost too much for me." He said, "I want them." He said, "I want them." Hey, Evelyn, I'm talking.
sorry, little baby crying currently.
Hey, watch it.
I want them a little harder than this.
All right.
Okay,
Clip
so-
Justice saying I
okay,
want
so-
them a little harder than
Okay, so
this.
basically-
Megan, thank you for your input.
Basically,
Can we get a button on the producer board that just says,
so I didn't say those words exactly. I think that was more just Megan paraphrasing. Anyway,
crazy to turn to your sister
Um,
at Christmas and say, I want them a little harder than this?
I don't think it's that crazy. But anyway, the potatoes, in my opinion, were on the line of being too soft, if you will. So
You don't like mashed
I don't
potatoes.
like mashed potatoes, but I like a baked potato. But also,
Okay, but
I'm not
when
the
you
person.
eat a baked
Hold up.
potato, do you just
up. No.
only eat it in huge, hard clumps?
Okay, I was going to continue in my explanation. When I eat a potato, most people, when they eat a baked potato, they mash up the inside with butter, salt, all that stuff, sour
don't do
cream.
that.
I don't do that.
What if it like gets mushy? Then you won't eat it?
No, I eat the full potato, but it's just something about a baked potato. It's just how it clumps together. I don't know. It just feels, the texture feels different to me. But back to cheesecake and pies, the texture of the inside of pies and cheesecakes, it's just, I don't know. I can't handle it.
Okay. This conversation came about because we had a friend that came over who's very like anti-dessert, and just like anything that she will eat, like any dessert that she calls good has to be like the most plain dessert. So we were like, what kind of ice cream do you like? She's like, well, this is kind of going against what I said, but she said, vanilla ice cream's disgusting. All I'll eat is chocolate ice cream. That's the best ice cream. We were like, what about cookies and cream? Like cookies and cream to me is like one of the best. And she was like, cookies and cream's disgusting. And then she was just like, chocolate chip cookies are like the best dessert ever. And then she said, and I have a theory that no one actually likes pie. And I was like taken aback. I was like, well, certainly people like pie. It's at like every holiday, and I like enjoy it enough, right?
Yeah.
But you don't?
I don't. I would never choose pie or cheesecake over another dessert.
Even like just a plain chocolate chip cookie?
I would choose chocolate chip cookie over like pie or something.
Okay. See, I didn't think I would, but then like the last two, like we just had Christmas and I went to like 2 family holiday events. And like my mom made 2 pies and then she made chocolate mousse. And there was not a single slice eaten out of the pies. Granted, it was like just us, and they made a huge dinner, and so I was like so full, so I could like stomach some light mousse. Whereas,
but you come on this podcast making this claim. And
no. What I'm trying to say is
yourself?
like I think I maybe like understand a little bit more. I think like saying nobody in the world likes pie is crazy because that's like a lot of people.
Well, yeah, okay.
You know.
No, yeah, I'm not saying that.
I mean, you could maybe make a
lot of
claim
people
that like none of our subscribers like pie because that narrows it down a bit from the whole world. But anyways, I don't know. I think if it were chocolate chip cookies or like apple pie, I would probably eat a piece of apple pie. But so this got us talking, and this got me. Producer, did you have something you wanted to say about pie? No, she doesn't. We're still having some baby issues. This got us talking, and we were talking about. I said that would actually be, or no, I said, okay, so what about cheesecake? Because I like cheesecake probably like 10 times more than pie. Right?
Cheesecake more than pie, you just saying?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, have you ever gone to, like, Cheesecake Factory and get their, like, Oreo cheesecake?
I've never had that one, no.
Oh, super.
I've only been to the Cheesecake Factory literally one time.
Oh, okay. It's okay, but the cheesecake is good. And I just like regular cheesecake, too. I would have that over pie, like, all the time.
Jeez.
Not all the time, but, like, if there's cheesecake and pie, at everything. Anyways, a point that I wanted to make about the pie is, like, if it is good, this is what kind of swayed me, is why do we only have it, like, 4 times a year at holidays?
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then we don't really have cheesecake that much either, and I really like cheesecake. Anyways, I said, so what do you think about cheesecake? And she said, cheesecake's disgusting. And then I guess you agree with that.
I need to be friends with her, yeah.
No. No, I don't think so. But I said, this led me to, like, a great idea for our next party. And that is cheese pie.
What is cheese pie?
All right, picture this. You know when you go to, like, a family event and there's, like all the pies sort of, like, laying out?
Yeah.
And they'll put, like, little dessert flags in them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
No,
they'll have, like, a little,
I
like,
understand what you're saying, but
toothpick with a flag, and it'll say, like, apple pie. Or they'll have, like, the little card in front of it or something that says, like, what it is.
Yeah.
We have one of those, but it just says cheese pie. And people are like, this is probably, like, a typo, right? Like, this is obviously cheesecake. We make it look exactly like cheesecake.
Okay.
But all that it really is like a block of Velveeta cheese that we've smoothed over. Red leather, yellow leather. Try it.
Bro.
Do it.
Wait, okay, so this
Nobody's gonna
Velveeta
judge
cheese.
you.
This Velveeta cheese.
I thought we could melt it down, but then I thought it would start to look. Actually, our producer brought it to my attention that it might start to look too like shiny and runny. And so I thought we could almost just use the cold cheese and like smooth it, and it would look exactly like cheesecake. We could still like bake the crust.
Right.
Hit me with the buttery flaky crust.
Baked in a buttery, crispy flake.
But people would go take a bite of it, and they would just be like, "Oh my gosh, this is like, what is this?" They'd be like, "What is this cheesecake?" I'd say, "No, that is cheese pie."
So again, though, you're basing it on the like on their assumptions. Like you need them to assume that you made a typo.
Two options are that we have them assume we make a typo, or we just say cheesecake and we just call it cake.
Yeah, because you're telling them it's cheese pie.
You're telling them it's cheese
telling
pie.
them
I
it's
agree.
not
reason-
cheesecake.
Yeah, the reason that it would be cheese pie is because then we could not get in trouble because we'd be like, no, cheese pie is different than cheesecake.
So you're saying by saying cheese pie on the flag, you are kind of, it's not a prank anymore.
Yeah.
It's there. You're labeling it as cheese pie. So
I just
Can't
think
be
it's
held
more.
responsible.
right.
I just
correct.
think it's you can't be held responsible. I think it's more honest that way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you were raised an honest man. Like it makes sense.
Yeah, it goes back to my childhood for sure. Cool.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea though. You should try that out sometime.
Yeah,
You should have tried it out at Christmas. Just at Christmas.
I should have. It was just my grandma's and
Only your grandma's.
good.
You imagine giving your grandma a slice of cheese
I
pie.
think like They're both in good shape, but I think a good piece of Velveeta pie would send anybody potentially over the edge. So, but no, first ep of the podcast. I think we'll just continue to upgrade. We got plans to get a logo on the wall. We got some cool lights back there. Get the logo put on the wall. Hopefully get some podcast arms at some point. They're not super cheap, but it's kind of ridiculous that we didn't buy those given everything else we bought.
It's all right, though. I don't know. I don't mind holding the mic, but I do see how it would be nice to have your hands-free laptop, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. How long have we been going for?
37 minutes.
37 minutes? I think that feels like a good first step. You got anything else?
I'm trying to think.
I was like, hey man, make just one note for the pod. Did you?
Yeah, I was making notes, but I don't have my phone on me because it.
Yeah, I was gonna say no one has visible notes.
Yeah, he has the notes up.
Oh, you got your.
But
I don't have like a bunch of notes. I have ad lib Zevia. I need to tag this onto this because like Zevia sponsor us. I love Zevia. Everything about the drink. Maybe we'll do some live taste tests at some point. Speaking of which, this is very good. Led me to another idea. We have ad libs, and we could potentially have Mad Libs. That might be a name that's already taken somewhere. Is Mad Libs a thing, or am I thinking of Mad Gab?
Mad Libs is definitely a thing.
Okay, Mad Libs might be a thing.
Wait, is Mad Gab
It's
the
like
thing
just
you
the
write on the
name for a thing. Like I think it's just a. It's just a type of thing. It's the thing where you fill in the.
I thought that was Mad
blanks.
Gab.
No, Mad Gab is I think when you have like gibberish words and you have to say them out loud and it.
Wait, so
Yeah.
Mad
Sounds
Libs,
like
Mad Libs is
something.
the notebook where you're
Yeah, it
writing.
would
Yes.
be like Sorta Brothers, but it would be like
It would be like.
Sota Rothers.
It would be short a
Short a
route
Rohers.
wrote her gird.
And I'm like, Sorta Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Anyways, we have ad libs, which would be something like Zevia. Again, mountain and orange preferably. Send it to us. But then we would have Mad Libs. And that would be like a company that we feel like has wronged us. And we can show their product and explain why it's bad and why we will never let them sponsor us. Unless we like get in a jam and we need a sponsor.
cash.
Yeah. Unless they make it right.
So you have 0 sponsors and you just want to go ahead and
Money
just
makes
take-
things
yeah,
right.
muddy the
Not
just
about
take them off
not
the
about
table.
the money, and it never will be.
But money is nice.
Yeah,
Only sponsor products you believe in.
I agree.
and that's
yeah, definitely.
that's the brotherly love promise. Should we have named the podcast Brotherly Love? We keep saying that. That's the Sorta Brothers podcast. Promise.
Sort of love.
I meant to say promise instead of podcast.
It's sort.
I kind of want to hear, before we end here, I kind of want to hear more about, you never really finished the whole Santa thing, what you're going to do with
Oh,
Evelyn.
right. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think that there's. The more I've been thinking about it, I think I'm overthinking it because I don't really care if we want to do the Santa thing. I think Megan does. Then I'm not like I'm like okay, let's do it, and whatever she's gonna find out eventually. That Santa's not real for our listeners, but I think. Do you think that there's something like bad about that it's like a big part of kids' lives that they then come to find out that like their parents in the world has been lying to them about? Like, what is that?
So personally,
Do you think it gives them like trust
I don't want
issues?
to lie to them.
no. So personally for
You don't
me,
lie to them.
No.
They just say, "Is Santa real?" And you go,
I
Okay,
go,
so personally,
do
for
you
me-
think Santa's real?
For me, I would, like, if I had a kid right now, I would say go for it.
That'd be rough.
Because
you would say, "Go for it" to your
yeah,
kid?
like to do the whole Santa kind of
Okay.
just because for me right now, first of all, when I found out, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have trust issues now. My parents have been lying to me. No, it's like you like understand once you're 7, 8, whatever it is, that it's kind of just.
You don't think there's an added
This
piece that's like, what
experience.
else have you been lying to me about?
No, I definitely didn't.
Is the
feel like
Easter
that.
Bunny even real?
Yeah.
No,
What
you
about the
know,
Tooth Fairy?
you know that stuff before Santa. You hold on to Santa.
That's true. That's true.
What does that say
Thank you,
about us as
Megan.
a culture that we hang on to the one that really brings us something in return?
Easter Bunny didn't bring you anything.
Yeah. What?
Easter Bunny didn't bring me anything?
Maybe you just had trust issues.
Well, that's true.
Easter Bunny didn't
just
poop jelly
yourself
beans all over your
before
house.
He did not throw jelly beans all over my house. He threw
No,
jelly beans all
no,
over your house?
poop jelly beans all over your house.
Oh, poop jelly beans.
Not all the
Easter Bunny's
time.
poop
Sometimes
jelly
they're just jelly beans.
No, we would just like go find. We gotta save this for the Easter app, but we would just go find our baskets that were like hidden, and it was always like in the bathroom closet behind the door.
Yeah, ours were hidden sometimes. We had to go on like they were different though. It changed. They changed it up. But yeah, one time there was actually brown jelly beans on.
Yeah, like
them.
little piles.
Did you think maybe for real?
No, I was.
And no, we
They started
did.
to
No,
do
we
that.
did. We definitely did because Papa, our dad, sorry, that's what we call him,
Holy cow! Edit that out.
ate one, and we like freaked out.
Oh, I
He
do
like
remember
picked
that.
it up
That
and
was like
ate
the
it.
first year he did it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we were like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
that came out as bun.
No, my bro. My whole purpose for saying that I would go for it was because even this Christmas, yesterday actually, technically.
Oh, we don't know when this is being filmed.
Okay, you already said it early in the
We
podcast.
are wearing Happy New Year
Anyway, you already
head garb.
said it. You already said it in the beginning of the podcast. Anyway,
Holy cow! He outed us.
bro, you already said it in the
I
beginning
didn't
of the
say it.
podcast.
I said we recently had.
Oh my
Christmas.
gosh, bro. Anyway,
Give this guy a little grape juice. He gets
Anyway.
all talkative.
I like think back to how fun that was, and it like excites me
You talking about Christmas?
to when it's what we've been talking about this entire time.
Well, we went to the Easter Bunny pooping in your
No,
mouth.
so
You want more of this?
it just excites me. No, I'm right. It just excites me to like have kids and then kind of. And earlier we were actually talking about. We were talking about when we were working out in the garage. And you were saying like it's fun now that I have Evelyn, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And I was thinking that you were saying it's fun because you get to kind of act as Santa. But I guess you weren't really saying that. You really just were saying you get to give her gifts. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely didn't pretend to be Santa this year. Is that what you're saying?
Well, she is not going to remember this. She's a little young. But I mean,
Right. No, I was just saying like it's fun that she's with us all the time for Christmas, and like I was saying that you were like it doesn't feel like Christmas. It's I think every year we grow up it's like less exciting, and then I said I think you get like a second win when you have a kid because it's exciting for them and it's like exciting for you because it's exciting for them.
okay. Oh, yeah, because I was thinking like
Not that I like him like leaving out milk and cookies. Maybe we'll do that, but that doesn't really excite me that much.
yeah, I mean, I guess that was my thought. That was always how it was for me. So that was my thought process. I was thinking that that's what the like new
Yeah.
fire lit was going to be, but
Nope, that's not what the new fire lit is going to be. So
Fire lit?
or the new lit fire.
that's what the new fire lit is going to be, and it's not that. You know what I do want to talk about before we get off here, because we have now touched on two holidays that do not have anything to do with what we're wearing on our heads. And what we are wearing on our heads is in regards to New Year's Eve. Let's set one of these off again. Just because we said it, give me earmuffs for the baby. 3, 2, 1. And that is New Year's Day.
Happy New
That's
Year.
what I want to talk about. We're coming up on that. It's actually New Year's Day right now. So last night we watched the ball drop.
It's freaking January 1st.
None of this is true. Last night we watched the ball drop, and I'm just curious, is it like it feels like that gets like a less and less significant part of our like culture? Like people care about that less and less every year. Is it just me?
Watching the ball drop?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it has like the luster that it used to, and like why do we watch? Why do we watch the ball drop?
This disco ball?
My coworker just texted me and said like out of nowhere, Merry Christmas, we're playing poop bingo. What is that?
I have no clue. I've never heard of
If she subs to this and watches this, she's going to know exactly when we're filming this.
Is it like
She sent me an image that I can't see on my watch, so I'm going to
Oh,
have to
no.
table that for another. Anyways, yeah, why do we watch this disco ball drop?
we're just dropping poop bingo?
What? Hold up. I'm confused.
You're just saying
I jumped back.
you're just
I don't know how
what's
to.
bingo
Why'd
and then
you say
just
dropping poop bingo?
Like, we're not
Because he
talking about
said-
it anymore.
He just
That's what
had
she
a
means.
text that said that somebody's playing poop bingo.
All right.
And he's
Doing
just
another
All right.
topic?
All right. Justice.
Some topics too fast.
Justice. All right. Keep up.
I'm
bud.
sorry. My
Hey.
little brain's not fast enough.
Poop bingo.
He just
What is
said
it?
it and then
I could not tell you what poop bingo is. I've never heard of it.
Okay,
poop
that's
bingo.
the point.
Wrong answers only.
Yeah, poop bingo, wrong answers only.
Poop bingo, it's where every time you take a poop, you go to your little bingo board, and then based on the size of the poop, you can knock off a square space, and you play with your friends.
You knock off a square space. Have you ever played bingo?
Well, you just put an X on the space,
This is
And then-
tic tac toe.
and then, bro, no,
you-
it's not. Have
you
you ever
crossed
played
out on
bingo? before?
bingo.
Okay, no, you put a space, or you like mark off a space, and then it's like an app maybe, and so then you can see the progress of your friend, and maybe it's within a week, depends on how many times you poop a day. But,
Yeah. No, here's what I'm thinking.
that was pretty good. Wrong answers only.
No, I think that's
Might
good.
be the right answer.
I just think it's hard to get people to play poop bingo for a week straight. Now, here's what I think it's about. I think people save up I think people don't use the restroom for a while. You come to play poop bingo. Every time you want to mark a spot, you have to drop a fresh poo on that board. When you run out of poo, you're out.
What, bro?
No,
Okay,
seriously. So
where are
you have to
playing
like
this game.
You have to like
Is every
You gotta,
space
like-
a toilet, or is it just a
no. It's a board, and you got to like doll up that board and pinch it off, or else you're gonna be out.
I don't believe that's possible.
Dude, like poop bingo rookies. You can just see like a huge.
If you say poop bingo rookies,
Yeah, they just like
if it's
huge pile on the
it's like a
first square.
dot, you're like, that's a veteran.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this guy's he'll be here when we're all gone. He could probably get 2 games in one load.
Yeah, what's the
And I was trying to talk about the ball drop.
what's the poop bingo legends like game? Like how many games in a row could he get?
Legends game.
No, like the
Like
poop
the
bingo's
all-time
legend.
guy?
Yeah. What's his record?
I like to
How
think
many
that it's
games
like
in
a.
row?
I like to think that it's almost like a Joey Chestnut discipline where he's like maybe Joey Chestnut like doesn't eat for days before the hot dog eating contest to like make room. Maybe this guy like eats
Eats it
and
all.
holds it all in for a long time.
It's really not so much about the pinch. It's really about the hold and how much you can
Yeah, it's the hold in the pinch.
inside of you. Okay.
All right.
Yikes.
That's enough
Okay.
poop.
Poop bingo. How much can you keep inside of you? Yeah, we'll try to have that guy on. Can't wait to see the picture that she sent me. Probably should have just looked at it,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to.
Okay.
I like
Do now.
what we said, huh?
Well, look now.
Okay.
She talked me into it.
Producer, final say.
We do not argue with the producer. So this is a much cleaner version. And she is playing it with her 4-year-old nephew.
Goodness.
This looks to be bingo where you just have little circles with the poop emoji on it. And it's
So-
like the board is like different animals. Like a T-Rex poop, snail poop.
So there's
Moose,
different
moose
kinds
poop.
of poop.
But all the things, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit more confused, but it is not as messy. Anyways, what I was trying to talk about was the ball dropping on New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
right? We just witnessed this less than a day ago. Is that like still relevant, you think? Like, do you guys like watching the ball drop?
I don't know if I don't know. I guess it just depends on.
Like, do you think that there will be a time where we don't watch the ball drop anymore? Like, they don't even do it.
Oh, I don't know. But
How do
I
you know it's the new year?
What are the origins of the ball dropping?
I don't know. Producer, look that up.
Yeah, Megan.
Anyway, I just feel like
She has nothing.
it
to
still
look up with.
feels.
There we go.
It still feels relevant to me because everyone still crowds around the TV. At least at the parties that I've been to. Maybe you're not watching the whole show online. You're not watching all the concerts and that kind of thing going on unless you're actually there. But
Didn't like that girl
Once the
used to
ball's
like
about to
kiss a
drop.
random person every year?
yeah, I think she still does that. Does she not?
Even with like COVID, you think?
Oh, I don't know about that. But I just mean you still crowd around the TV or whatever and watch the ball drop normally.
Yeah, but that to me is about like being with the people. I don't care anything about that ball.
Yeah, for sure. It's really just like a visual representation of like the moment
Yeah, true. I guess.
year. Moves on, but
Cool.
I have no clue if we'll still be doing that.
Do we have an update on the origin of the ball drop? If not, no big deal.
I'm trying to find where it started being a New Year's Eve thing. Apparently, ball dropping was a way to tell time. And
You would like set it up at midnight and it would tell you the time of day?
No, like it was for ships or something, so they could see like the ball would drop at the same time, so they would know like
All right, cool.
they would know what time it was. It was 1 o'clock.
But
They
ships
could
are
set their
Put your mic closer to your mouth.
navigational things on their ships.
the ball would like drop differently depending on the waves and gravity, right?
Wait, what?
No, it's the same thing. It's like a ball on top of a tower.
How is this?
But they're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, but they're near the land. They're seeing the ball
like
on the land.
the ball's on land.
The ball's on a
that
tower.
doesn't make any sense. You can't stay that close to land.
What if the ball was on the ship and every time a wave hit, it would just like hit the bottom and come up? They're like, holy
They're like, today's over.
new day.
All right. Speaking of a new day, I think that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, I think that's good.
All right. Let's hit them with a little bit of this. See y'all for episode 2.
Happy New Year.